Oh my god. Oh man, this is yeah, this is like, here's my real grade XTF, real grade Zeta. Oh my god, I forgot I had this thing. Oh, you guys know what that is. Let's see what else I got here. I can't wait to build this actually. Oh man, this is gonna be nice. See, I don't know if I should even bother building this thing, because today actually, you guys, I'm actually gonna see if I can find the real grade version of this exact same kit. I'm pretty sure I can. Had a bunch of build fighters. Oh my god, I had a bunch of build fighter kits. Let's see what else is under. Oh my god. Master grade tall geese. I'm wondering if I can find the real grade tall geese too. It's almost like, it's pretty much that. The real grade tall geese is that. Oh man, whoops. Oh my god. Sinatra Stein. What's under? Oh, Master Grade Quanta. Oh man, it's a little dusty, so I sound like I'm crying. I'm really not. And what the heck is that under there? What is that? Oh, they're the other Master Grades right there. Master Grade Build Strike, Master Grade Mark II, and the Master Grade Sengoku Astray. On the bottom there's the Star Booster. Oh my god, I swear I had more Master Grades than this, but oh man, this is, whoops. This is a trip, you guys. This is a trip. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Oh man. I'm happy. What up guys, Mark from Enthusiast Productions, and we're gonna talk today. We're just gonna talk. It's gonna be a long video, lengthy video. I'm gonna do a video review, quick video review. I'm not gonna use the pictures or anything. I'm just here to show off my posters. Quick video review talking about episode 6 of Gundam Build Divers, especially how the show's kind of going. I know I got a lot to catch up on. I'm a couple episodes behind as far as reviewing them goes. I've been busy. It was my birthday week. Couple weeks ago, and just all this stuff in between. But anyway, I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about something that correlates with something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and it totally correlates with this most recent episode of Gundam Build Divers. Anyway, so after watching it, it really basically inspired me to finally talk about it. I mean, it's not like it's not a really deep emotional subject. It was just kind of like, what happened to my Gunpla and all the stuff that I've built and reviewed from before? What happened to all that stuff? I did a video, I recorded it, but then I got sick, couldn't finish recording, and then it just never happened, so I'm gonna finally talk about it this time. And then the rest of this video is gonna be me. I'm gonna go ahead and try an experiment. I don't know if I brought this up in the last video or a couple of videos ago, but what I want to try to do now is, if you're, if I'm at Barnes & Noble, or if I'm at Target or something, I'm gonna go ahead and like just record what I see, what I find as I find them, and things like that. So I'm gonna go out in the world today. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys with me, as long as it's allowed, of course. If you don't see what's inside, obviously that means it wasn't allowed. But I'm gonna try and find two things. As I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna try to find the real grade, I was gonna say Master Grade, the real grade Banshee Norn. And I'm also actively looking for those new Transformer figures, those Studio Series Transformers figures. And then aside from that, I'm actually kind of interested in getting something from Jurassic World, because, hey, believe it or not, just like a lot of kids, I grew up loving dinosaurs. Jurassic Park was this shit. The first time you see a dinosaur on the movies, you were like, oh my god. But yeah, Jurassic Park has always been like one of my things. So I'm gonna see if I can try and find something from that line and kind of experiment. I want to see if I can get Blue, the Raptor, Chris Evans, is that his freaking name? No, Chris Pratt's Raptor, and I'm gonna see if I can find the Indoraptor. Maybe if I find the T-Rex, I might cop that too, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll take you guys with me. But that's what's gonna happen in this video, you guys. So it's gonna be a lengthy video. please stick around from minute 1 all the way to the last. Like I said, it does help my channel a lot if you stick around and watch the entire video. So if not, if this isn't your thing, if you're looking for something more specific, then feel free, move on. I'll see you in the next video. But for those of you sticking around, let's start the video review, the short video review of Gundam Build Divers episode 6. So where are we now in Gundam Build Divers? We've been introduced to, a couple of new characters. We've been introduced to Tiger Wolf. We've also been introduced to the Fox guy, both of which were really great episodes. Now, kind of stopping for a second, I'm really liking the pacing of the show so far. There's no like big epic fights. There's not a lot of like battle cries, screaming, and stuff like that. The show is really taking its time introducing the characters, introducing different aspects of the entirety of this world of GBN. So we've met the 2 characters. Now we're meeting another character. I forget his actual name already, but he's the brother of the chick, my favorite chick, who runs the Gunpla shop. So we get to find out who actually builds the demo and the display Gunpla at that shop. And now we now get the reason why Gunpla shop girl, I gotta know her name by now, but Gunpla shop girl reacted a certain way when she looked at the Kapul that Momoka wanted to use. How do I know Momoka's name, but I don't even know my favorite girl's name? Nanami? There you go, it's Nanami. So we get introduced to Nanami's brother, who we find out was at least an ace builder, a pro builder. He was gonna be #1, or he was #1, I forget the details there, but he was a really good builder. He was featured in different magazines here and there. His work was recognized. And we also get what a lot of people in the comment section, and I myself, are kind of interpreting as a past generation system of battle, which kind of is like their hint to Gundam Build Fighters, and how the system has evolved. And the reason why K1 is his nickname. The reason why K1 stopped doing what he was doing, the reason why he let go of, or he quit GBN, is because his team, or his I guess his friends of Gunpla builders, pretty much stopped the hobby themselves too. Slowly, and when it was just him, and so we finally decided it was time to hang up, it was time to quit. So he's now just limiting himself to building Gunpla for like for the shop, for demo, and it sucked too, because he was so good that he built Gunpla for his friends to try and use. And it was this nice like little like battle scene where our main characters discover the old system, and you see like basically old files, old video clips of him and his friends battling. Because this whole time in the episode, our main characters are trying to convince K1 to join back into the GBN. And he does log in for a second, because Riku mentions that Fox guy even acknowledges his work, and that sparked something in K1, leading him to log back into the GBN just to see what was up real fast. So he logs in, he actually meets Fox guy and Tiger Wolf and even Maggie, and he's like, wow, all these guys are talking about this new kid, this kid that's been bugging me to try to join again. So as it goes, like, it eventually comes down that K1 does decide to join the GBN again. He decides to join with Riku and the rest of our main characters. But this episode hit home so much. It was so close to home to me, because you kind of have you have the story of the former builder. I'm not saying that I was a really good builder, but I'm relating to this in the fact that I used to, be so much more consistent with my Gunpla building. I had put in so much more attention to details, to taking time with my Gunpla kits and making them look as best as I possibly could with the amount of time that I had, with the amount of resources that I had. So I made that connection here with K1, because especially the part where our main characters went into the shop, into the back, I guess it was a storage room, for where the old battle station was, and they found a box full of broken Gunpla. And this is where it really hit home, because it took me back to where I found my old Gunpla, which you guys will know, you guys will hear the story of that in a while after this review. But it took me back to that, so I got emotional. I was like, oh man, like I feel where this guy's coming from. Like everything that he's done everything that he's made, everything he's put his life into is in that box. And like I said, I made that connection because of a certain situation. I'll tell you guys a story later on. But anyway, you move on. K1 goes into the shop, or actually Nanami drags him into the shop, and you see our hero, you see our main characters, I guess you can call them heroes, but you see our main characters on the table in the shop just putting his stuff back together for him. And you kind of just see him just kind of in the background getting real emotional, overhearing them talk about how to fix this and how, you know, will this work, to try to convince him to join him back, to get him to join back into the GBN, especially with them, with the Force. And he's just back there, he's crying, he's getting emotional, and I was like, oh man, I feel you, bro, I feel you. I wish someone would put back my old Gunpla kits together. But anyway, yeah, this episode really hit home with me. So because of that connection, I really enjoyed this episode. It was more slower paced. There wasn't like any, you know, like big battles, or at least nothing that was memorable. But it was a very character oriented episode, and I really like that. I like where the show's going. We're 6 episodes in. Next episode does look interesting, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I really liking where the show is going. I really liked this last episode especially. It's gotten to the point where like each episode has gotten better, for me at least. Each episode has gotten better with the introduction of Tiger Wolf. That was great. Fox Guy, I'm not even gonna bother trying to say his Cerevi Gundam's name, but that was a cool episode there too. And then now this was more of a emotional episode, more character-driven episode, and I really liked it. I really liked it. So there's that. Still no subtitles for the opening and ending credits song. I guess we're not gonna get that at all, but anyway, that's what I think about that episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did any of that hit home with any of you guys? Any of you who maybe stopped building Gunpla for a while? You know, did you make any connections with this K1 character? But let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in a bit because I'm gonna go in the car. These guys are getting slightly irritating, and if I'm gonna tell you guys a story, it's gotta be uninterrupted. So story time next. Stick around for that. I'll see you in a bit.
My bad, you guys. I totally forgot that I was supposed to record a video before going into my errand runs. But I just came from Target and I didn't want to record. I just want to go in and out real fast just in case I didn't find what I wanted to find. But I found something. I found Leader Class Grimlock. Here he is right here, looking dope. You can tell that he's so big he can't even fit in his own box because he's got his legs like all like bent in an odd way. But can't wait to open this up. Now, as far as Jurassic World goes, I didn't find anything besides the T-Rex, who runs for 40 bucks. Didn't want to pick that up. I'm really looking for more of a smaller thing. So like I said, the Raptors, the Indoraptor, something like that. But I was tempted. I was really tempted because seeing that T-Rex takes me back to this one time, and it was my fond memory that I shared with you guys with the Toys R Us video, where I wanted the Feel Real Red Rex from Jurassic Park 2 that I saw at Toys R Us, and I cried my eyes out because my mom didn't want to buy it, and I was like screaming and yelling myself out of Toys R Us. Just imagine a little kid being dragged out of Toys R Us crying because he didn't get the toy he wanted. That was me. Anyway, so that's what I found. I found that. I'm probably not going to try and find anything else aside from what I'll be able to see at like a Barnes & Noble or something like that. So I'm still trying to find the the Banshee Norn. But with all that being said, right now I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys a story. So as you all know, I had to move out of my apartment 3 years ago. And that was that same apartment where I had a bunch of my Gunpla, a lot of my things that I've reviewed in the past. It was pretty much around my prime, I guess you could call it. And because of the way that things went down, pretty much it was like a last minute move. We had to pack things real fast and go, pretty much. That being said, my Gunpla, a lot of my figures, Gunpla included, because I had them in a bookshelf, if you guys remember that, they were basically just tossed into boxes without care without any regard for whether they're a toy or a model kit. They were just being thrown into boxes. And what was even more messed up was I wasn't even around for that part of the move. I was away. Coming back, I kind of already knew that my shit was fucked. I'm sorry for the language, but like my stuff was destroyed. I had a feeling, but then I never realized just how bad it was, what kits were affected and whatnot. All I knew was the boxes that were still, all the kits that were still unbuilt were in bigger boxes, and I put them away, and it was one of the first things that I was able to put away and put in storage. The rest is history. So moving forward, sometime last year, a little later last year, I got the opportunity to go to my uncle's house because a lot of my stuff that came from my apartment, we moved to my uncle's house, who lived a couple blocks away. And he had this big, like, basically garage room. It's like a downstairs level with a pool table and things like that, with a lot of room, so a lot of my stuff was down there too. But he was moving out, so it was time to finally move some of our stuff out of there and back into storage, so we can get like a bigger, we had to get like a bigger storage room or whatnot. But here's the heartbreaking part. I think I mentioned this on Facebook. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on Facebook. I'm not sure if I actually talked about it with you guys. If I did, I'm sorry, you're hearing the story again. If I didn't, then here's what happened. So I finally was able to, you know, no pun intended, shed some light on what had happened with all my old figures, all my old Gunpla, most importantly. You know, it was emotional for me because I've been without the kits. I knew that there were kits in storage, but I didn't know what was up with the ones that didn't make it into storage. So then as I checked all the different boxes, there were some there they were, some of the Gunpla, and I was like, oh my god, I still have a lot of Gunpla kits that I haven't built yet. This is great, this is amazing, I don't have to rebuy these. And unfortunately though, there was a box that I found where a lot of the better Gunpla that I built, they were destroyed. Same for some of my Robot Damacy figures. Ultron, Death Scythe Hell, Extreme Gundam, that really, it was like the I forget the name of it. It was Extreme Gundam, but it was like white, like an off-white, like a bone white, almost like the color of my shoes actually. Let me show you. It was the color that looked like this. That would have been such a nice little video picture, because I would have had a Gundam with that was almost this color with like almost this color effect. It was more orange. This is more like a grapefruit, like a pink. The official color is Hot Punch. Yeah, all those Robot Damacy figures, you guys. Freedom, everything. Epion, Wing Zero, and then the most heartbreaking thing were the kits, the actual kits that I built. Age 1 normal, mostly a bunch of high grades. They weren't that depressing seeing the high grades, but I was but still, when I looked at it, I was like, God, man, like, that's my work there. Like all the hours, all the time that I put, all the energy that I put into building these things, reviewing them, sharing them with you guys. Just, I'm staring at it in a box, and they're all just destroyed. And then what got me, what really crushed me, was when I saw the Master Grade Freedom and Master Grade Exia just destroyed. Exia's V-fin was snapped. All the parts in the back were snapped. The plating on the sword, because like I had the ignition mode, if you guys remember, the silver plating on the GN sword was snapped. Freedom destroyed. And then when I saw the Mark II Titans, it was, you know, it was just bad, you guys. It was, when I saw that box with essentially my life in that box, just how I felt at that moment, you could probably tell, because I can't even collect myself, right? I can't even get myself together. But when I saw that box, it was a mirror reflection of how I felt at that moment. Crushed, destroyed, and in pieces, because that was my life. That was my whole YouTube in that box. So it was at that point where I was like, I really almost wanted to just tip my hat off to everyone who was still doing the whole YouTube Gundam thing, but hang my coat up. I was thinking it was time for me to retire, and it was like, at that point I was done, you guys. So now you see why I felt such a connection with the last episode of Gundam Build Divers, because of that situation. Seeing the box of Gunpla kits destroyed, and you know, the old dog who had no more tricks. You know, I just couldn't find myself to continue doing the hobby again. But when I put that post out, I wish I could find it. I wouldn't be able to do that. It was like sometime a year ago, but I wish I could find the post. But there were so many encouraging words, not just from my friends now, but also from people I've connected with from way back then, you know, who've been around for this whole upcoming of mine. Just saying, hey man, you know, it sucks, but you know, things like that, like very nice encouraging things, like, you know, it sucks, but hey, you still have some kits, you'll be able to put them back together. And I actually had some encouraging words from a friend who wasn't around for that whole upbringing, and she was like, you know, just put them back together or something like that, or, you know, take, you know, like I just said, like, take the ones that you have and build them better. And you know, it was like a week's worth of depression. It's like a week's worth of depression, almost, thinking, you know, wondering if I should shut the channel down and all that stuff. But you know, I had some encouragement. I had some friends, family, to back me up, and I continued, whether it was just the little tiny bit that I'm able to do, or not, or, you know, putting full effort into it. I'm still doing it. So that's kind of my connection with Gundam Build Divers episode 6. That's why it hit home with me so much, is because I was K1. At one point I was K1. I was, like I said, I wasn't the pro builder like he was, but replaced pro builder for someone who was passionate about the hobby, you know. And that just goes to show you guys, you know, if you are clearly showing that you love something, if something you're doing and you love doing it, and you want to quit, or you just want to let it go, if you show it that much so that strangers, even your friends, your family, notice it, and they want to encourage you to not feel that way and continue to do it, that's something. That says something. You know, that's the kind of connection. That's the kind of thing that I live for. That's the kind of thing that I would like to encourage on anyone else, whether it be Gunpla or just anything. I'm getting into a real deep part of this conversation. I did not mean to do that, but you get what I'm saying. Stay positive, you guys. Stay positive, because you never know, man. Like, you're blessed with people that just stay positive when it comes to your passions, because you're blessed with people around you that you know, if you love it enough, even they can feel it, and because they feel it, they can encourage you to either keep going or do better. That's the end of story time. So let me get back out there. Since I already did my target run, I don't feel like I need to do anything else. My dog is with me, so I'm not gonna be you know, out too long. I just didn't want to leave him alone at home. But my dog is with me, so I'm gonna go do a couple of Barnes & Noble runs, see what I can find there. I'm pretty sure I can find Banshee Norn, real grade Banshee Norn there. I'm hoping maybe Tall Geese. And if that's the case, it's gonna be between one or the other. What I do feel like I'm gonna find is Banshee, and if I do, I may pick it up on the spot. depends on what else I find there, because as you guys know, I was able to pick up Pacific Rim figures there, which I didn't show. I was able to find three more Pacific Rim Uprising figures at Barnes & Noble. I think at this point they should have them all, because I was just there a couple days ago. Sorry, a few days ago. My last day off. Oh, a week ago. Oh my god. But yeah, I'll see what I can see, and you guys will be right there with me. So let's get on to it. All right, so I just pulled up to Barnes & Noble in El Cerrito. Let's go see what we can find. Alright, so we have Guardian, Bravo, Obsidian Fury, have all those already, except Titan and Racer. So I already have Gypsy. A couple of figure arts. Ooh. Here's what I'm looking for. Ooh. We have Broly. I want to pick that up too. Some Star Wars kits. That's right. Just showed you that. I might want to. Ooh. I might want to pick that up again because I don't know where that one is. Goku. Yes. Okay. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So it's getting a little darker out now, but as you saw, I saw a couple things there. You know, they always have pop figures. There's a couple things that I didn't record. I just kind of wanted to get to the point, but I did end up finding what I needed from Barnes & Noble. But as I was on the way out, I saw this magazine with Chris Pratt in front, and it had to do with Jurassic World 2. So there's this small part of me that wants to go to Target real fast and see if I can find me a dinosaur. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then that should be the end of the video. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm in this spot where they have the Jurassic Park stuff, or Jurassic World stuff, sorry, but I was only able to find those three, which is pretty common. They're like the deluxe figures, I guess you can call them, like 20 bucks. There's a T-Rex I was talking about, he runs 40, and then the Mosasaurus, which runs 30, and this is probably the biggest one that you can get right now, aside from that huge ass T-Rex that I still haven't seen yet. But I almost want to pick that up, but no Raptors. I was almost gonna get the Baryonyx just because he looks cool with that metallic blue. You can see it on the camera, the metallic blue paint. But yeah. So that's that, you guys. I'm back at the crib. I'm a little tired. My allergies are kicking in again. So forgive me. It's pretty much time for me to end the video anyway. So I got what I needed. I got the Banshee Nor in real grade. So I'm gonna start building that when I can. I got the leader class Grimlock. I also found leader class Blackout, but I didn't want to pick him up. I think Grimlock was gonna be more in line with the theme of dinosaurs. So I did hit up another Target afterwards, after I cut the video, and I saw the colossal T-Rex, but I didn't feel like busting out with my phone just for that. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the entire video from start to finish. Like I said, it always helps out when you do that. So tell me what you guys think about how I can improve the videos moving forward, as far as doing the whole like recording where I'm at. I was kind of a little hesitant doing this one at first, so I guess the more I do it, the more I'll get used to it. But I gotta find out which places obviously are gonna be okay with me doing that, even if it's just like one section of their store, which, you know, I think should be okay, but you never know, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think of anything here. Tell me what you guys think about my story. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, do all that. I'll see you guys later. Peace.